People are getting gone.
I think so. Merry Christmas to you. Ding, 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 ding.
What is that?
This is a humidifier. It's saving mommy's throat. Because mommy talks all day. If she's not talking, she's singing. If she's not singing, she's talking. If she's not talking, she's singing. Mommy doesn't get a chance to not speak or sing.
Oh.
So, mommy saves her voice by having a humidifier. And it's saving my life. And I have these fake lashes on, so, you know, the filters. How are you guys? Good evening. Good evening. Say hello. Stick your face in. Stick your face. Girl, don't nobody want to see your hand. Everybody wants to see your cutie pie face. So we're coming on tonight. All right, Kayla, you're going to have to cross over me. You crossed over. Now you're going to have to cross back over. Okay. I just wanted to say good evening to everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm really excited about this evening. We're going to talk to Kenny Sway. He has gone viral several times. He is an IG singing sensation, and he's also somebody that does a lot of street music and singing. He's a professional singer, but one of the things that makes him really popular is the fact that he has no fear and sings in the middle of the streets in Maryland and DC. So I'm really excited to talk to this very talented young man, and he's here. Hello,
Yeah.
Kenny.
What's up, girl?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm amazing, man. You know, can't complain. Just happy to be here finally.
Why you gotta do me like that?
I mean, you know,
You know what happened? I took like several weeks in December off. Like I took 3 weeks off, and it was right around the time that I was gonna get you in. So that's what kind of pushed everything back.
yeah,
But
definitely.
I never forgot. I never forgot that you asked. So I wanted to make sure you got in there.
Definitely.
Look at you commenting all in the comments. You're just so snazzy or whatever, talking and commenting at the same time. So I'm excited to have you here today. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk to you about a lot of the things that you have going on. And we can kind of start with the most recent stuff. So you've gone viral several times, correct?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Like, how does lightning strike more than once, right?
Yeah.
Now you kind of sing in the streets a lot of times, right?
Where I
But tell me
started.
this: a lot of people deal with fear, and I don't think I'm like necessarily a person that deals with stage fright. I do
Yeah.
deal with nervousness, and I think the one place that I'm most uncomfortable singing is in the street. So how do you do that?
Just the deeper root of it all is just basically, you know, just not being afraid to sing, period. So if I knew
I'm so sorry. Kelly, get out.
if I knew I can if I can wow people, you know, off the street was kind of a more of a broad, meaning like you just never know what you're going to get, who's going to walk by. And you know, of course it was definitely starting out, I think starting out was the most I've been nervous because I didn't know about,
What gave you
you
that
know,
idea to just sing in the street?
so I used to, you know, when I worked the job, I used to see street musicians performing on the street, and a couple friends of mine were like, "Yo, Kenny, you should do that." I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that." Like, you know what I mean? So it just got to the point where I didn't feel like I needed to work a job anymore. And then I actually started out not in the street, but actually inside the metro in DC. So I used to kind of like hop from train to train to stop. And I used to sing, in DC. I mean, in the metro, like in the metro.
And this is something that for you has become like a full-time job.
Yeah.
Like you just perform all day and that's how you support yourself.
Exactly. So once I got that metro thing down packed, and once the metro transit started
When did you realize that was a real gig?
After I made my first $200.
So it's like when you make $200 in a day?
Yeah. So when I realized that I can make 200 in one day, and I went to go pick up my last check, and that was $200. And I was like, okay, I gotta wait. Something ain't making sense here. So, I mean, after that, it was like no turning back.
Wow. Boy, I tell you, that's something for everybody.
Yeah. So I mean, even down to like the sound and everything like that, I had to invest. It was long nights, early mornings, because I used to be out there like, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, trying to sing and do what I need to do to make it. You know what I mean?
How long do you stay out there?
Oh, so about that, I used to carry this gas generator around to and fro. Yeah, a gas generator. I used to put it in like a closed basket and with a top and everything. I used to carry it, and then I had bought a dolly from Home Depot, and that's how I used to tote it around. So mind you, like back then, there wasn't like Uber and Lyft wasn't really popping for real. So I had to get in a taxi cab. So a taxi cab a day, I was spending maybe $100 a day to get to and fro from where I need to go. I mean, I had a taxi driver on like speed dial, because I knew like in order for me to get to the metro, I have to get in a cab because I didn't have a car at the time. So once I got the taxi down pack, I knew how to pack the trunk of the taxi, and it'll take me to where I needed to go as far as metro wise.
Your setup, you're telling me you have an amp, you have a mic, you have whatever you need, and then you need a generator because you don't even have that's great.
No, it was no electricity. So I was like, and just imagine carrying a speaker, with maybe two speakers at the time, a dolly, and a gas generator all on one like trip.
That's what you call a hustle.
Yeah, definitely a hustle. I appreciate that hustle so much now. Well, I always have, but it opened a whole lot of doors for me.
Really? So talk about that. So singing, so you're walking around with a dolly with all of this stuff because you realize you can make money just singing in the metro. Yeah. So what kinds of people do you come across, and what other opportunities come as a result of that? That's crazy.
I mean, depending on where I'm at, as far as like business wise and everything like that, you gotta understand, you're getting that lunch rush, you're getting business people, you're getting everyday people who go out. So I mean, it's kind of like I had like peak times. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get at the spot at 11 because I know the lunch rush at 12:01 is going to come. So once the 12:01 died down, now you have rush hour. So it was kind of like, it was like clockwork. You know what I mean? It is, you better be, and then of course I knew the hottest spots.
So so my question is, did you, like when you say you had certain connections, like you've obviously also performed at indoor events and things like that.
Oh,
did those come from those street engagements, or does the street engagements, they kind of just take care of themselves and then you just have connections otherwise?
Well,
or have they intersected at any point?
So it was the street, the viral videos, then the opportunities and the gigs and stuff like that.
So let's talk about the viral videos then. So you have a viral video of you singing "I Will Always Love You" to By the way, I'm going to ask you to sing today. Just prepare your throat.
Okay.
So, you were singing "I Will Always Love You" to a young lady with Down syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
There was another one where you were singing to your daughter,
Yes.
and I'm sure there's others.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how that happens. How, again, I just, ooh, child, singing that close to people that's just nerve-wracking for me. I can sing
So,
on a stage all day, but get me that close to strangers who are like not there to hear me sing. They're just walking by and I'm singing, and then you're connecting with them. I just, oh my gosh, that takes so much guts. Like, I have so much respect for you for that.
so with the first viral video was me and the young girl named Evelyn. I'm not sure how old she is. She probably older now.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was maybe like 12 or 11. She was 11 at the time. So
Mm-hmm.
she got to be maybe 16 now.
Wow. Yeah. It was like 4 years ago, right?
Yeah. So maybe 5 if I'm 2016.
Yeah. Well, technically now it's 5. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we were doing our normal set. Me and my band that I was with, we were doing our normal set, and basically, of course, the set was dope because there was a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
It was a bit cold, and basically Evelyn walked up and she was just this ball of energy, and it was everything just happened so fast. And so at the time my sister had my phone and I was already Facebook Live, right? Because I would normally go on Facebook Live, and basically I sung "I Will Always Love You" to her, and it was so freaking magical. And my sister, she caught it on video, and the original video that's on my page, my Facebook page, at the time, it hit maybe 3 million views in like 9 hours. So I literally watched it 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. And by the time I went to sleep that night, I woke up the very next day, it was at 5 million views. So imagine that was the original video. So once it began to start to circulate throughout social media, because I'm really big on Facebook versus Instagram.
Okay.
People don't know that.
How big are, when you say big on Facebook, do you have
Meaning,
you have
like,
106,000 followers on Instagram? You have more than that on Facebook?
I have 73,000 solid fans on Facebook, though. You know what I mean? Because you know how the algorithm with Instagram is kind of fishy, but it's more so Facebook more engagement and more views and comments and stuff like that on Facebook, because that's where the core viral video was at. You know what I mean? So those are like, when you're a follower or a fan, you don't really go nowhere for real. Like, you just those are like real life supporters. And I'm not saying Instagram don't support, but it's a different type of support.
Oh yeah.
On Facebook versus versus Instagram. So
everyone has their platform that they connect with the most. Even if they have a lot of followers on several, there's always that one that you just feel very close to your followers. Like, they followed you the longest, they understand you, they know you more intimately. Yeah.
So what I would say, Instagram is more of a shadow for what goes on Facebook. So basically what happened was, so that was I think that video right now is at a solid 5.5 million views. And so when it started to circulate, somebody else from a different blog reposted my video, and that hit 36 million hits. And mind you, I mean, it just goes on. I mean, I got a video surfacing. That same video has been going viral for forever now, and I'm not sure if I just literally got a repost, or it just circulated again. The video's at 12 million views on Facebook right now. So it's kind of that video. It circulates, and it's that video forever changed my life. Like that was the start of the other stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. So tell me that. What happened as a result of that? Like, what happens when someone goes viral?
So what happens is you just get a shitload of DMs. You get a shitload of people talking and congratulating you, and oh, I know this person and that person, bing bing bow. So
so do
and
you
that's
get
just,
around, is it like around 100 DMs a day? Is that accurate?
I still have DMs that I haven't even read that's in my spam.
Yeah.
Or my requested, messages that I haven't even opened probably since then, because it's like so much. And I kind of sometimes skim through them because you can read them and they don't even know that you read it. So I kind of skim through a lot of them, and just kind of wing out, you know whichever ones are real or genuine and stuff like that. But majority of the messages are very good, is good feedback. My fan page is like at 19,000 followers and like 20,000 likes on that my fan page on Facebook. So it's just kind of opportunities definitely came with the viralness, but then you also have to understand the other stuff that went viral as well that I did, super duper viral. So right after the video with the little girl, I went viral with my daughter. I strapped it to my
Wow.
chest, and
Hold that thought, okay? Hold that
okay,
thought. So sorry.
okay.
One moment.
Tariq, what it do? If y'all have any questions, please ask. I'm open to ask anything. Please share this live, and please follow Dileesa right now. She's a dope vocal coach. Some of y'all might not know who she is, but I would recommend you guys to definitely follow her. And she's a singer songwriter too. So
Sorry. Emergency. Okay. So, yes. Tell me.
all right, so I went viral with my daughter. No, let's fast forward. Rewind it. I had went viral with a friend of mine who mother was battling stage 4 cancer, brain cancer.
Yes. I saw that.
So,
Read about that too.
yeah, so that was very touching, and it was that was a sensitive situation because I sung to her and it hit national news and everything like that, and that, of course, Kenny Sway's in the news again for doing something positive, and it was touching to me because after I went viral with her, I still followed up on with her condition and everything like that, and I was there to the end of her life. So I literally watched her go from um it's just like just seeing something kind of like deteriorate and right before your eyes.
Yes.
And that was a very memorable moment that I would never forget, and it humbled me in so many ways because just watching someone shrivel away was very touching. So that was another video. Then the video with my daughter, who is now 3 years old now. So I kind of introduced everyone to my daughter in the most beautiful way ever. And that went super duper viral. And again, I was singing "I Will Always Love You." So that video went viral. I think that video had to do maybe like 25 million. Yeah.
Wow. So what are the opportunities and things that come as a result of going viral? Because
I
like
mean,
Callie, I know Callie Day has gone viral a few times, right? And she's traveled the world doing different operas, and she's been on, I think, America's Got Talent and all that. I know that it's easier to walk into certain doors when people are familiar with your name. So how does what
I
has
mean,
that, what has been a
locally,
positive result?
locally, it locally it puts you on a, like a pedestal, or like, oh, that's sway, or you know what I mean. That's, the notoriety and stuff like that. I mean, it feels good, but sometimes it can be like overrated. Because I'm just a real chill guy anyway. So, but as far as opportunity wise, a lot. So, even through the videos going viral, I've opened up for several artists. Um, I performed for like basketball players, and been flued out to
Come
you
on,
know
food out.
people with millions of dollars and stuff like that who had me perform. Like, I had this one family, I'm not gonna say their name. They booked me like every Thanksgiving to come be their entertainment,
That's dope.
and they don't even have anything to do with like music or anything like that. It's just like they have a real successful business and they saw. I think I did a birthday party because somebody had saw me on Facebook. They booked me. I went to New York, and then they introduced me to you know their people who was the people who actually booked me for like every Thanksgiving to do their situations. I did New Year Eve parties for like Bradley Bill, and him and his wife. Will always book me for like New Year's and stuff like that. So
That's
a
amazing.
lot of opportunities came about, and then it just it came a point where I was kind of I solidified my prices. You know what I mean? Because that's very important.
Yeah.
Where to even at that peak, yo, you still know your worth, and you still charge what you would charge any other day. You know what I mean? And a respectable price, which is I ain't never have no problems with not getting paid. You feel me? So, I think that's very important. But other than that, the viralness came. It I mean, it's just like when you go viral, it's just always, if it's a good video, it'll always resurface. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Because you do have it moments where it kind of like get high, but then it peak,
Of
and you like,
course.
okay, that's the end of that trail run. But then when you got other videos like with me singing to the Maxwell song, and that went super duper viral, and everybody and their mother posted it, and you know, I think Rihanna started following me after that too,
That's crazy.
and a lot of celebrities, like Fat Joe, or OT Genesis, and Maxwell, and
And the thing about it is when you have those types of people connected to you, every relationship is currency, and at any point you can kind of cash in on what that value of that relationship is if you handle that relationship well.
definitely
So that's really the value in going viral, getting connected to people, because like you said, this relationship with these families, you cash in on that at least once a year, with all these families having those relationships and having those
exactly,
connections. So
yeah.
that's awesome. I do have a question. Would you consider yourself an activist?
Um, I love my people.
Okay. No, and I
I don't,
only say that because there was a lot of even footage of you with the Black Lives Matter and all of that going on in 2020. So how
yeah,
did that feel, being, at this point, yes, you're still outside, you're still singing for the masses, but it's a very tense time, and it's kind of, a little dangerous at that point,
that was a very different situation for me, and of course that video went viral too. So, like, I think on Twitter it hit like maybe like 6 million in one day. Uh, but I didn't. That was a sensitive viralness. You feel me? Because when I did that, I was just leaning towards the spirit of God. You know what I mean? Because I'm a real spiritual guy who have a strong belief in our God, and it's like He was kind of leading me in the direction to be like, I'm sitting back all these days because you gotta understand, I'm here like in Maryland, and DC is next door. So it's like hearing and seeing what's going on in the world as far as the protests
And
and the
it's right
looting.
next to you. Yeah.
It's like right next door. So I sat back for a while, and before I decided to actually go out there and do what I do. I mean, do what I did, and that was a touching moment because when I walked up to the actual protest, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, of
But
course.
I knew that I had the power as far as sound, and I had the confidence to know, like, if I play this song right here, everybody's going to stop.
That's awesome.
So when I knew that I had the amplification to be heard, and everybody else had bullhorns, and I kind of provided a space where a couple people kind of spoke and everything like that. I kind of like more so provided that space and opportunity for people who can't, for the people who can't hear in the back, they can now hear.
So,
you feel me?
Yeah. Here's my next question. What inspires you? What drives you? You have such a strong drive. Did you grow up in a musical household? Did you sing in church? I know your Instagram page says you're a worship leader. We haven't even talked about that. But
Yeah.
like, what inspires you? What is that? There's a very like I said, a unique drive that you seem to have to connect to your audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're very good at connecting in a very close space. So what drives you?
Just being determined and being confident at my gift. You know what I mean? And knowing how to use my gift for the good, and knowing how to connect with people who 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 wouldn't think like, damn, I'm connected to this guy, or dude, he touched me in this way based off this
So
song.
basically the power of music
The
to
power of music, yeah,
unite
and
people.
yeah. I mean, and that's always been the main focus. And even with, like, having followers and stuff like that, I've always told myself that, I would always use my platform and what I speak always be for the good.
Mm-hmm.
You feel
Were
me?
you always internet savvy? I know you went viral a few times, but
No, literally, I wasn't.
I was gonna say, did it happen because it's like, well, I guess I'm on the internet. Let me see what they talking about.
Yeah. So my boy, who's like a real close friend of mine, he used to always tell me, and like, dude, you just need to start posting your videos on social media. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. Like, what? So the moment I got viral, it kind of like forced me to be, shabby with the internet and stuff like that. So yeah, and we joke about it all the time now, because I had a conversation with him actually this morning. He was like, bro, I'm telling you, you definitely came a long way, because you was the same guy who said, I'm not getting on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. And before my my viral video on Facebook, I only had like 1,000 followers on Facebook.
Yeah.
And this is actually my second Instagram page, because I used to go by Kenny_Sway, but that page got hacked at 18,000 followers, and then, of course, I went viral again. So this
That's
page,
awesome. And I noticed that you go live like several times a day.
I go live periodically. I'm not as
I didn't
consistent
know
as I
if you
used
had
to.
like a plan. I didn't know if that was your plan or if it's sporadic. But
Yeah,
I'm just
it's so
saying,
sporadic.
okay, because I know that's one way to keep your page active, to stay up in the algorithm, to keep visible, is to go live. So
yeah.
I was gonna say, okay, I wonder if that's strategic or if you just love social media.
Well, I kind of, it's kind of bittersweet with me now with social media, due to the fact that I've been shadow banned. My page has been shadow banned due
What
to.
does that mean?
So basically, Instagram somehow blocked my reach. They put a block on the amount of people that I reach, because of the different type of topics concerning, COVID-19 and vaccination and stuff like that. Because I'm a free thinker, but I'm not afraid to speak out on truth. So
Okay.
yeah. So that's basically it. So I'm
Wow.
kind of, yeah. You learn a lot of new stuff, huh?
Wow. So, can you sing for us?
What you want me to sing?
And
Hey!
will
Yes.
love you.
Come on now. I only need to sing now. You over here smashing. If I should stay,
You really sing it in that key?
how lonely be in your way. So I go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. And I will always love you. My darling, you. All right.
You know, that's my first time hearing you without reverb.
Oh yeah, I mean, cause I ain't got nothing
I
set up.
knew you was gonna grab the mic.
Nah, I ain't got nothing set up. Cause I know I had to sing.
You have
So
such an I've never heard you without reverb. You sound so good.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I can really sing.
You behind on that reverb, and you can say you sound like the reverb.
No, I only use a reverb for live, for just to boost up the performance.
You sound so good.
Appreciate it.
Wow, Kenny.
Hey.
That was really good. I'm sorry. I never heard you without reverb. You have robbed me.
Yo, let's take our time tonight, girl. Above us all the stars are watching. There's no place I'd rather be in this world. Your arms are where I'm lost in. Underneath the chandelier, dancing all alone. There's no reason to hide what we're feeling inside right now. Baby, let's just turn out the lights and close the door. Oh, I know that's just what you want. Need it anymore. No, you won't need it no more. Let's just get still and naked, baby. Versace on the floor. Whoa, take it on for me now, girl. Versace on the floor.
You better sing.
I kind of started that a little high though, but
I mean, you start everything high.
yo, no, I don't really have a low register though.
So I was thinking, why don't you do you know that song by Maxwell? Whenever, whatever.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I do.
you would kill that.
Lead me on, girl, if you must. Take my heart and my love. Take a lead, girl, if you want. And if there's a thing that you need, I'll give you the air that I breathe. If ever you yearn for the love in me, whenever, wherever, whatever, baby. Whenever, wherever, whatever. Wish I knew if I could be the one that you were, love forever and a day, baby. Ha ha ha. Yeah, fire. Like Maxwell he's dope. Like
You're dope. Your voice
he
is amazing.
appreciate that, man.
I mean, I knew you could sing, but I just didn't know like what it sounded
Huh?
like. I just didn't know what it sounded like.
You say you ain't know what I sounded like without the mic.
No. That's I just knew you was gonna grab that thing. I feel like I got
Nah,
a treat on top of a treat. Like, oh, he's saying.
yeah.
You're so talented. I didn't know that.
What?
Oh my gosh.
So
You're
you base.
so good.
So you saying don't use the reverb no more, huh?
Because it's like we know you're good because it's not like you're literally auto-correcting yourself. So we know you're good, but there's nothing like hearing a raw vocal in a live setting. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah.
So like when you hear that, it's like, oh shoot, like like I can hear it now. It's not right. Coding it.
Yeah, I see. I get what you're saying. So it's like now, oh dang, I can actually hear the rawness.
How good he is just with a raw vocal, like you know what I mean? Because the reverb kind of covers up blemishes or whatever.
I feel
like little. And so it's just kind of like, well, what is he covering up when you do that?
I
like,
can agree with that.
Yeah, like what is he covering up? What is he trying to smooth out? But then I hear you live, and I'm like, he didn't need that at all.
Facts.
I
mean,
so good.
I think for me, I just got in the habit of like I hate dry mics.
No, I do too. No,
so
listen, filter me, please.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you say I am. Filter me, please. I get it. And from an artist standpoint, I completely get it. I'm like, dang, he needs to teach me how to do that, to be honest with you.
Facts.
You're so good. So what do you feel like the next, let's say, 5 years? What do you feel like that holds for you as
knowing the person that I am and the way I think, 5 years really doesn't even exist to me as of right now. We got to get through the day.
Okay.
But if I would put a 5-year plan together, I would say, I don't know, I'd probably be somewhere in probably Africa somewhere, or just traveling. Because it got to a point where, life is too short, and I don't want to waste time not traveling the world and seeing other places. Now, and if musically, if anything happens within 5 years, I would definitely dive into the songwriting world, as more than anything that I want in life is just to be a songwriter or to be at least have some number ones on Billboard. But 5 years, I just pray we all still here.
I
think that's the most important thing. All the music and everything, all that stuff can wait. You feel me? Like, but I definitely want to dive into the songwriting world because I love writing music, and nobody's really ever heard like any of my original stuff for real.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too.
Yeah, all my original stuff is online. I don't really promote it like that because, of course, as artists, if I ain't about to promote nothing that's not being backed by a machine where it can reach certain people. So, right now, I'm actually really working on an album as of right now, as we speak. And that's going to come out very, very soon, like very soon. And this is about to be my first, since 2016, my first body of work that I'm about to do. So definitely look out for that.
I'm excited for you. I think some beautiful things. You never answered if anybody in your family sings.
I have a celebrity cousin. I ain't gonna say his name though.
What?
But what?
And your celebrity cousin sings?
he's deceased now, but he was a very, very an amazing singer,
Aww.
and like really well known around the world. But I tend not to like bring his name up because is I kind of want to do me. You feel me? I'll DM you personally to tell you who he is.
Yeah, I would be so interested to know that.
His first name starts with an L, and his last name starts with a V. Male singer.
Levert? No. I'm so
His name, that's a G in the L.
I'm terrible at guessing games, clearly.
Only one night.
Are
Exactly.
you kidding me?
Yeah, definitely.
That's your cousin?
Exactly. That's my grandfather's first cousin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, see,
He's
some people got it.
literally my favorite. Oh my, he's
So
my
the
favorite
bloodline
male
is
singer.
real. And when my grandfather sat
Because
us
I
down,
noticed you literally skipped over that question when I asked you, does anyone in your family sing? I'm like, why did he skip that?
so my grandfather sat us down and he was like, we just having a conversation about family reunions and stuff like that, and he was like, and y'all don't even know that such and such is such and such because y'all don't show up at family reunions. Like I'm like,
Oh my gosh. Literally my favorite singer.
yeah. But I don't bring that up. It's rare. Like this is the first time I'm ever even saying or speaking about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Like
so cool.
out of all the interviews and the viralness and the news, like
You've never talked about it.
I never talked about it.
Exclusive.
Exactly.
I'm so honored. Thank you. That is so cool. Somebody on here must be Jamaican. Mad ting. That's a very Jamaican thing to say. Mad ting. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
Yeah,
I
man.
understand. I mean, I get why you wouldn't want to, bring it up and be dragging his name into what you're trying to do. I totally understand.
Oh yeah.
But what an honor. He was amazing.
I know, and I like the people I told or people like, I mean, of course my family know, and it's like, we just, cause we all musically talented. My mom sing, uncle sing, sister sing, brothers. We all musically, inclined to the point where it's like we heavy musically, and I'm just kind of the one that's really like taking it, to where I want it to go. So yeah.
Wow. I mean, is there anything that you want people to know before we go? First of all, thank you so much for this lovely interview.
No.
I feel like we definitely got to know you better. I feel like I got to know you better. So
Definitely.
I appreciate this.
I mean, I just would want people to know that, stay safe out there and stay dangerous as well. Always go with your first gut. Don't lack understanding because, it's a lot of teachers out there, but, some of us still have to be students in order to learn, the ins and outs. And, just if y'all ain't following me, follow me, Kenny.Sway. And be on the lookout for this album. Like, it's going to be dope. Did you hear Sam Smith album?
No.
Yo, check it out, yo. Fire.
Okay.
Fire. And when you listen to it, DM me. And that's the direction as far as album-wise that I'm going in.
Okay. Nice.
So, vocally and, like, instrumentation, like,
okay,
it's all going to be in sync.
All right. Cool. Well, I look forward to it. Thank you so much, Kenny.
No, thank you so much, girl. Like, definitely tap in and, whenever you can, or, I'm always tapping with you and Saucy. So, I appreciate the
honestly,
opportunity.
for me, just be like, hey, Dileesa, can you come online on Wednesday at blah, blah, blah. Like, you have to do that.
Oh, yeah, because we do got to have, like, a little talent show again.
Yeah. All right.
I haven't had one in a while.
Yeah. That kind of forces me to come online, but just be like, hey, Dileesa, if you're ever perusing, because I'm not.
I got you. I got you. All
Yeah.
right, girl. Appreciate you, man.
All right,
Thank you
man.
so much.
God bless you. All the best.
All right, girl.
Bye. Bye, guys. He's so good. Bye.